that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the first speaker, Gidu Sriram, and he's going to talk about living here, living in Portland through the lens of an Indian American.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I don't have a strong voice like Madhu, so you have to put up with me a little bit. Can you hear me? So I'll try to speak louder. The George Floyd event had the same impact on me as September 11th event. Even though there is no comparison if you think of the number of lives lost, but the glory of the event was unbearable to watch it play out on TV. If a common man had committed a heinous crime like that, the bystanders would have either pounced on the criminal or would have called 911. And unfortunately, in this situation, in this case, both options were out because the crime was being committed by a police officer with 3 other police officers watching. So it was a really helpless situation. I've been in the US since 1984. In the last 36 years, I have met some of the finest people on this planet here. Really wonderful people. And I've also come across a handful of people with racist tendencies. Never thought big of it. My first real exposure to racism was in April of 1985, when a black man, Tony Stevenson, was choked by a police officer to death in a convenience store near my workplace. Ironically, it was near Martin Luther King Boulevard. At that time, it was called Union Avenue. And what makes this even uglier is soon after that, 2 police officers sold t-shirts with the slogan, "Don't choke him, smoke him." In other words, don't choke them, but shoot them. That's what they meant. And Bud Clark, the mayor at that time, fired the 2 police officers, only to be reinstated a few days later. We will never know how many incidents like this would have happened. Since the introduction of cameras and the phones and the body cams and the police officers, we have been exposed to many, but I'm positive we have not seen them all. So we can take a simplistic view and just blame the police officers for the brutality against the blacks. But I believe that what we are witnessing are symptoms behind a cancerous, systemic injustice perpetrated towards the blacks. And sometimes symptoms serve a valuable purpose. A cancer without symptoms could kill you. But with symptoms, you get a second chance, or you get a chance to fight the cancer. That is, if you act on it. So we will be doomed if we continue to ignore all the symptoms in front of us. So if I do some self-introspection on behalf of the Indian community, we have been standing on the sidelines for way too long, offering lip service over our dinner conversations in the comforts of our homes. And we should never forget that none of us would be even here in the United States but for the passing of the Immigration and Nationality Act in 1965, which was a direct result of the civil rights movement. So we owe it big time to the blacks. So it is time for us to come out of our comfort zone and participate in this fight, standing shoulder to shoulder with our black brothers and sisters. There are a few things we can do. I'll name 5 of them. First and foremost, educate yourselves on how the blacks have been treated. You can read history or you can watch documentaries, and I strongly recommend watching 13, the number 13, 1-3 on Netflix. It's an eye-opening documentary. Number 2, let's get rid of some of our own biases. Each one of us have bias to varying degrees. So if you have children, young children or young adults at home, talk to them. They don't judge people the way we do. Children do not know racism until we teach them. So let's learn from our children. Number 3, get involved. Become a member of committee or board where you can influence this cause. And if people come up with petitions that you support, sign them. Don't walk away from them as if they are soliciting something. Sign the petitions. Number 4, if you don't have the time to get involved, donate money. Make generous contributions to the various organizations that are fighting for the blacks. And number 5, last but not the least, and probably the easiest, is in every election that you get to vote, whether it is local school board or city, state, or national election, vote the racists out. Racism must not be tolerated in our elected representatives because we have the power to choose them. Who else can we blame if we elect such people? So don't elect racists. And in closing, on behalf of the entire Indian American community in Portland, I offer our full support to the black community, and we will stand with you in your fight against injustice. Thank you very much.